The energy is undeniable. The city is humming, electric with the fever of a Knicks uprising, as the unthinkable unfolds before our eyes. Against all odds in a hostile TD Garden crowd, the New York Knicks have snatched not just one, but two consecutive wins on the road, storming into Boston and leaving the defending champions reeling. A second straight collapse by the Celtics, and just like that, the series tilts dramatically in favor of a Knicks squad that simply refuses to quit. The Knicks have now taken a commanding 2-0 lead, both games in comeback fashion, overcoming deficits that once seemed insurmountable. In Game 2, the script echoed the painful beats of Game 1, Boston seizing early control, building a double-digit lead and appearing poised to cruise. Jaylen Brown, aggressive and locked in, torched the defense early, combining perimeter precision with powerful drives to basket. The Celtics soared ahead by 20, a place from which they've almost always sealed victory. 40-2 in such situations this season. But as we've learned, this isn't just any series. The Knicks, undeterred and resilient, awakened in the fourth quarter with a fury that shook the parquet. Mikal Bridges, ice cold to the first three quarters and shooting an abysmal 0-for-8, suddenly found life. 14 points poured in from him during a relentless fourth-quarter charge, breaking free from a slump that had plagued his entire series. Jalen Brunson, the engine of this Knicks team, orchestrated the comeback with cold-blooded confidence, finding seams of the defense, pulling up for tough jumpers, and hitting daggers under pressure. The Celtics, meanwhile, fell into a fourth-quarter abyss, missing 13 consecutive shots and seemingly frozen in time. Their once-flowing offense unraveled under the weight of New York's growing momentum. Karl Anthony Towns, who had quietly chipped away all game, provided the exclamation point, grabbing an offensive board, finishing through contact, and trimming the lead to 1. Then came the moment of truth. With under 2 minutes to go, Brunson, working methodically, rose from the right wing and buried a jumper to give the Knicks their first lead of the second half. TD Garden gasped. The Celtics tried to respond but failed. Again, Jaylen Brown missed. Derek White couldn't capitalize on the break. And with 24 seconds remaining, trailing by a single point, Boston had a chance to reclaim the game. But what followed was déjà vu in the cruelest form. Head coach Joe MAZZULLA, consistent in his philosophy and defiant against external noise, once again declined to call a timeout. Trusting his players, he handed the reins to Jason Tatum. And once again, the possession unraveled. Mitchell Robinson, making a textbook defensive read, blitzed a screen, forcing Tatum left away from his dominant side. The help defense collapsed on cue, OG Anunoby and Bridges funneling him into the dreaded corner. Tatum stumbled, lost his handle, and the Celtics didn't even get a shot off. For the second straight game, the final possession ended not with a miss, but with nothing. A ghost shot, an opportunity vanished. In the aftermath, the Celtics' locker room was a study in disbelief. They are bewildered, struggling to understand how their formula, one that brought 61 wins and championship, has failed so spectacularly when it matters most. They're executing, they believe. The shots just aren't falling. They held Brunson to 35% shooting across the series. They dared Bridges to take contested jumpers. He was shooting under 30% before the fourth quarter. And yet, they are down 0-2. The fourth quarter has become a nightmare for Boston. Through 2 games, they are shooting 15% from deep and 26% from the field in final periods. They've been outscored by 22 points in those decisive 24 minutes. The numbers are brutal. The losses are worse. MAZZULLA defended his late-game decisions, insisting the play that freed Tatum for a dunk earlier could have worked again. The Knicks, however, adjusted on the fly. No timeout, no coaching huddle, just instinct and awareness. OG Anunoby and Robinson read the play, changed the coverage, and forced Tatum into his least comfortable option. This wasn't just good defense. It was a defensive clinic in real time. And while much of the criticism has landed on MAZZULLA, voices like Kendrick Perkins see it differently. This isn't on Joe, he argued. This is on the stars. Tatum and Brown combined to shoot 13-for-42. That is unacceptable in any context, let alone the playoffs. Perkins was emphatic. Outside of Drew Holiday, who has defended Brunson with fierce tenacity and contributed on offense, no one else in green is holding up their end. Tatum, in particular, has shrunk under the spotlight. His fourth-quarter production has been nearly non-existent. And on that final play, when the moment called for decisiveness and killer instinct, he hesitated. The data shows why he's 25 for 1 under from 3 in late-game scenarios. It's in his head now. He didn't trust the step back. He didn't trust the pass. He didn't trust the moment. And the Knicks made him pay. They were built for this. Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby were acquired with one mission: to make winning plays when it matters most. Robinson was a menace all night, anchoring the paint, altering shots, and anchoring that final possession. This wasn't luck. It was execution. Now the Celtics head to New York down 0-2, stunned, silenced, and searching. Their stars are underperforming. Their strategy is under fire. And their season is hanging by a thread. The Knicks, meanwhile, are ascending, tough, fearless, and full of belief. 2 massive road wins in a building where few survive. The tide has shifted. And the Garden, Madison Square, that is waiting.